Most people think houseplants need soil to survive, but some of the most beautiful indoor plants actually grow better in water. No mess, no soil fungus, no overwatering mistakes, just clean roots, clear water, and steady growth. What's surprising is that many people already own these plants and don't realize they can thrive this way. Growing houseplants in soil can be frustrating. Overwatering, pests, root rot, and compacted soil are some of the most common reasons indoor plants fail. But water-grown plants remove many of those problems entirely. Welcome to Daily Plant Life. In this video, we're exploring 12 stunning houseplants that can grow in water with no soil needed. These plants are not just temporary cuttings. Many can live long-term in water when cared for properly. Whether you're short on space, tired of soil mess, sad, or just want a cleaner way to grow plants indoors, water growing is a simple and reliable option. As we go through each plant, you'll understand why it survives in water, how it grows, and why it still looks healthy and decorative without soil. Let's get into it. Plant number 1, Coleus. Coleus is known for its bold colors, but it's also one of the fastest plants to adapt to water. Unlike plants that tolerate water reluctantly, Coleus actively thrives in it. Its stems are soft and responsive, and they root aggressively at nodes, making water culture feel natural rather than forced. In water, Coleus continues producing vibrant leaves, sometimes even more colorful than in soil, because moisture stress is removed. The plant directs energy toward leaf pigmentation and shape rather than root competition. And this makes water-grown Coleus especially striking as a decorative indoor plant. To grow Coleus in water, cut a healthy stem just below a node and place it in a container with clean water. Roots appear quickly, often within days. Because Coleus grows fast, regular trimming is important to keep it compact and balanced. Trimming also encourages bushier growth rather than long, weak stems. Coleus in water is ideal for people who enjoy active plant care. It responds quickly to light changes, pruning, and container placement. The result is a living display that feels dynamic, colorful, and constantly evolving without the mess of soil. Plant number 2, Monstera. Monsteras are known for their large, dramatic leaves, but what many people don't realize is that these plants are naturally adapted to living with constant access to moisture. In the wild, monsteras grow as climbers, sending aerial roots down tree trunks in search of water. These aerial roots are the reason monstera cuttings perform so well in water. When grown in water, monstera cuttings focus on root development first. Thick, healthy roots form along the stem nodes, providing stability and nutrient absorption directly from the water. As long as the plant receives enough indirect light, it continues producing leaves that maintain their size and split patterns. To grow monstera in water, the cutting must include at least one node and, ideally, an aerial root. Placed in a clear container, the roots remain visible and become part of the plant's visual appeal. Regular water changes prevent stagnation and keep the roots healthy over long periods. Although full-sized monsteras eventually benefit from soil for maximum growth, cuttings can live in water for extended periods without decline. For people who love the monstera aesthetic but want a cleaner, soil-free setup, water-grown cuttings offer a balanced solution between beauty and simplicity. Plant number 3, Wandering Dude, Tradescantia. Wandering Dude is one of the most naturally suited plants for water growing because it roots at nearly every joint along the stem. In nature, this allows it to spread rapidly across damp surfaces. In water, this same trait makes it incredibly easy to grow and maintain. When grown in water, Wandering Dude produces long trailing stems with vibrant purple, green, or silver foliage depending on the variety. Whilst the plant rarely struggles because its growth habit already assumes constant access to moisture. Roots form quickly and remain thin but efficient at nutrient uptake. To grow it in water, simply place several cuttings in a container so multiple nodes are submerged. This creates a fuller appearance and stronger overall growth. Bright, indirect light enhances color, while low light results in greener leaves and slower trailing. As a decorative plant, Wandering Dude excels at softening spaces. It spills over shelves, jars, and hanging containers, creating movement and texture. Because it grows quickly, it also acts as a confidence builder for beginners. Visible progress happens fast, reinforcing the idea that plants don't need soil to thrive. Plant number 4, peace lily. Peace lilies are naturally drawn to moisture, which is why they adapt surprisingly well to water-only growing. In soil, peace lilies are often victims of overwatering because their roots sit in constantly damp conditions. When grown in water instead, that problem disappears entirely. In water, peace lilies develop a specialized root system that remains clean and white rather than dark and compacted. The plant focuses on producing lush foliage, and while flowering may slow without added nutrients, leaf health often improves significantly. The leaves remain upright, glossy, and resilient. Transitioning a peace lily to water should be done carefully. Removing soil gently and rinsing the roots allows the plant to adjust without shock. Over time, the plant replaces soil roots with water roots better suited for constant moisture. Peace lilies grown in water bring a calm, sculptural presence to indoor spaces. Their upright form contrasts beautifully with trailing plants like pothos and spider plants, creating visual balance. For people who struggle with soil-based peace lilies, water growing often becomes a solution that finally allows the plant to thrive. Plant number 5, pothos, devil's ivy. Pothos is one of the most forgiving houseplants in existence, which is exactly why it adapts so well to growing in water. In nature, pothos is a climber. It spreads across forest floors, climbs trees, and sends out roots wherever it finds moisture. That natural survival instinct is what makes it thrive without soil. When you place a pothos cutting in water, the plant doesn't panic or struggle. Instead, it immediately shifts into root production mode. It's sending out thick white water roots that are designed to absorb oxygen and nutrients directly from liquid. What makes pothos especially attractive as a water-grown plant is how stable it becomes once rooted. Unlike some plants that survive temporarily in water, pothos can live for years this way. The leaves remain glossy, the vines continue to lengthen, and the plant maintains its deep green or variegated patterns as long as it receives bright, indirect light. Because there is no soil involved, common problems like fungus gnats, compacted roots, or uneven watering completely disappear. To grow pothos in water, all you need is a healthy cutting with at least one visible node. That node is where roots will form. Place the cutting in a glass jar or vase so the node stays submerged while the leaves remain above the waterline. Within days, you'll see roots forming, and within weeks, the root system becomes strong enough to sustain long-term growth. Changing the water every 1 to 2 weeks keeps the roots oxygenated and prevents stagnation. Over time, water-grown pothos becomes more than just a plant. It becomes a living decor piece. The exposed roots add visual interest, and the trailing vines soften shelves, desks, and windowsills. This plant alone proves that soil is not a requirement for beauty or survival indoors. Plant number 6, English ivy. English ivy is naturally adapted to environments where moisture is constant and soil conditions are unpredictable. In the wild, it clings to walls, trees, and rocky surfaces, sending roots wherever it finds dampness. That survival strategy is exactly why it transitions so smoothly into water-only growing. When grown in water, English ivy develops fine, thread-like roots that spread efficiently through the container. These roots absorb oxygen and nutrients directly from the water, allowing the plant to maintain steady leaf growth without relying on soil structure. Unlike in soil, where ivy can dry out unevenly or become compacted, water provides consistent conditions that keep the plant stable. To grow English ivy in water, stem cuttings with multiple nodes work best. Submerging several nodes encourages stronger root networks and fuller growth. Bright, indirect light helps preserve leaf shape and prevents legginess. Because ivy prefers cooler conditions, water culture often improves its performance indoors. Visually, water-grown English ivy brings a classic, trailing elegance. Its vines soften shelves and window frames, and the exposed roots add a delicate and ornamental detail. For people who struggle with ivy in pots, water growing often turns a difficult plant into a dependable one. Plant number 7, Syngonium, arrowhead plant. Syngonium is particularly well suited to water growing because of how its growth stages respond to moisture. In its early form, Syngonium produces compact, arrow-shaped leaves and flexible stems designed to adapt to changing environments. This adaptability makes it highly responsive to water-based growth. In water, Syngonium focuses on maintaining leaf health rather than rapid expansion. Leaves remain smooth, firm, and richly colored, while the plant develops a controlled root system that resists rot. Because growth is balanced, water-grown Syngonium often looks cleaner and more symmetrical than soil-grown versions. To grow Syngonium in water, cuttings with at least one node should be placed in clean containers. Over time, the plant produces water roots that are different from soil roots. Thinner, more flexible, and better at oxygen exchange. Indirect light supports steady growth, while excessive sun can stress the leaves. Syngonium's flexible growth habit allows it to be styled upright or trailing, depending on container height. This makes it useful in mixed plant displays where contrast in form matters. In water, it becomes a refined, adaptable centerpiece rather than a fast-spreading vine. Plant number 8, philodendron. Philodendrons share many similarities with pothos, but they bring a slightly more refined and structured appearance to water growing. These plants evolved in humid tropical environments where moisture is constant, and their stems are built with nodes that naturally produce roots when exposed to water. This makes philodendrons exceptionally responsive to hydroponic-style growth, even without nutrients from soil. When grown in water, philodendrons develop long, elegant roots that remain clean and bright. The leaves tend to grow slightly slower than in soil, but they become thicker, healthier, and more resilient. This slower pace is actually an advantage indoors because it keeps the plant manageable while maintaining its lush appearance. In water, philodendrons focus their energy on leaf quality rather than rapid expansion. To transition a philodendron into water, start with a fresh cutting rather than moving a mature soil plant directly. A cutting adapts faster and avoids shock. Once placed in water, the stem begins forming water-specific roots that are better suited for constant moisture. Bright indirect light helps maintain leaf size and color, while direct sunlight should be avoided to prevent stress. One of the most appealing aspects of growing philodendrons in water is the cleanliness. There's no soil runoff, no mess, and no guesswork with watering schedules. The plant tells you everything you need to know simply by the clarity of the water and the health of the roots. For people who love greenery but dislike soil maintenance, philodendrons offer a perfect balance of beauty and simplicity. Plant number 9, lucky bamboo. Lucky bamboo is often mistaken for a true bamboo plant, but it is actually a type of Dracaena, and it is naturally adapted to living in water. Unlike many houseplants that merely tolerate water, a lucky bamboo is designed for it. Its stalk stores moisture, its roots thrive in submerged conditions, and its growth pattern remains stable without soil for many years. What makes lucky bamboo unique is its structural growth. The stalk remains firm and upright while the roots stay compact and controlled. This makes it ideal for decorative arrangements where stability matters. Because it grows slowly, lucky bamboo doesn't require frequent intervention, making it one of the lowest maintenance water-grown plants available. To grow lucky bamboo properly in water, the roots must remain submerged while the stalk stays above the waterline. Clean water is essential, as this plant is sensitive to chemicals and stagnant conditions. Using filtered or rested water helps prevent leaf yellowing. With proper care, lucky bamboo continues producing fresh shoots and leaves without any soil nutrients. Beyond its ease of care, lucky bamboo is often used as a symbol of balance and longevity. In indoor spaces, it brings structure, calmness, and vertical interest that contrasts beautifully with trailing water plants like pothos and philodendron. Its long lifespan in water makes it a cornerstone plant for anyone exploring soil-free houseplant growing. Plant number 10, spider plant. Spider plants are one of the few houseplants that are biologically designed to reproduce without soil. The small offshoots they produce, often called babies or plantlets, already contain everything needed to survive independently. When placed in water, these plantlets don't struggle to adapt. They simply continue the growth process they were already programmed for. What makes spider plants especially suited for water growing is their root system. In soil, spider plant roots are thick and fleshy, built to store moisture. When transferred to water, they quickly develop water-specific roots that absorb oxygen efficiently, allowing the plant to maintain steady leaf growth without rotting. This is why spider plants can live long-term in water rather than just surviving temporarily. To grow spider plants in water, it's best to start with the baby offshoots rather than a mature plant. Once cut and placed in water, roots begin forming almost immediately. Within a few weeks, the plant establishes itself enough to produce new leaves. Bright, indirect light helps maintain the signature striped foliage and prevents slow growth. In water, spider plants remain compact, clean, and highly decorative. When they're ideal for desks, shelves, and small spaces where soil spills would be inconvenient. Over time, a single spider plant can produce multiple offshoots, allowing you to create an entire indoor display without ever using soil. Plant number 11, Dracaena. Dracaena is one of the most reliable long-term water plants because of its woody stem structure. Unlike soft stem plants that can rot easily, Dracaena's firm stem resists decay and supports slow, steady growth. This makes it ideal for people who want low-maintenance greenery that doesn't demand frequent attention. In water, Dracaena grows at a measured pace. It doesn't rush to produce new leaves, but instead focuses on maintaining structure and root health. The roots grow downward cleanly, remaining compact and white when water is changed regularly. And this controlled growth makes Dracaena especially suitable for tall, narrow containers. To grow Dracaena in water, stem cuttings or cane sections are commonly used. Once placed in water, roots form gradually, and the plant stabilizes itself over time. Bright indirect light supports leaf color, while low light slows growth without harming the plant. Aesthetically, water-grown Dracaena adds vertical emphasis to indoor spaces. It pairs well with trailing plants, creating balance and visual rhythm. For people who prefer minimalist interiors, Dracaena offers structure, calmness, and longevity without soil-related complications. Plant number 12, Begonia, cane types. Cane begonias adapt surprisingly well to water because their stems are naturally designed to handle constant moisture. Unlike fibrous rooted plants that depend heavily on soil structure, cane begonias rely more on stem strength and internal water movement. This allows them to transition into water culture without immediate stress. When grown in water, cane begonias maintain their upright form and decorative leaf patterns. The leaves often appear slightly thicker and glossier because water availability is consistent. Growth may slow compared to soil, but stability improves, reducing common issues like leaf drop and uneven development. To grow cane begonias in water, healthy stem cuttings with visible nodes should be used. Once placed in water, roots begin forming along the submerged nodes. Regular water changes are important to prevent stagnation, as begonias prefer clean conditions. Indirect light supports leaf color and prevents scorching. In indoor displays, water-grown begonias add height and texture. Their structured stems contrast nicely with trailing plants, and the visible root systems enhance the plant's visual interest. For plant lovers who want elegance without soil mess, begonias offer a refined option. Growing plants in water reminds us that soil is not the only path to healthy growth. Many houseplants are far more adaptable than we realize, and when given consistent moisture, light, and clean conditions, they adjust naturally. Water-grown plants remove many of the common problems people struggle with indoors, from overwatering mistakes to soil pests and root stress. What matters most is understanding how each plant grows and allowing it to settle into the environment that suits it best. Some plants grow slowly and steadily in water, others respond quickly and visibly, but all of them benefit from stability and simplicity. When cared for properly, water-grown plants can live for years while remaining just as decorative as their soil-grown counterparts. This is Daily Plant Life. If this video helped you see houseplants differently, let me know in the comments which plant you already grow in water or which one you're excited to try next. Keep growing, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video.